Hello students, welcome back again with the same topic as we were discussing about the different models of the atom, that how they have assigned the position to the subatomic particles. So today we'll start with the wave nature of electromagnetic radiation. So let's see what is this. Wave nature of electromagnetic radiation. So we'll see what are electromagnetic radiations. So according to Newton, light consists of particles. Okay, light consists of particles, that is, it consists of stream of particles known as corpuscles of light. Corpuscles of light. Corpuscles means that a minute particle. Okay, one particle, a minute particle. It means, according to Newton, that light is having particle nature. But this particle nature fails to explain few phenomenon like diffraction, which we will study in physics, interference, fine, but able to explain reflection, that also you have studied in physics, refraction, like this. But fails to explain the important phenomenon, that is diffraction, interference. So finally the concept has been modified by C. Huygens. C. Huygens, according to him, light consists of particles of wave. Not only particles of wave. So let's see what are these waves, particles. So in 1870, James Clerk Maxwell stated, in 1870, James Clerk Maxwell stated that X-rays, gamma rays, etc. emit energy in the form of radiations or waves. Okay, it's stated that like gamma rays, light, heat, they emit energy in the form of radiations or waves. These radiations or waves are known as electromagnetic radiations. Now let's see what are electromagnetic radiations, as these are the radiations associated with both electric as well as magnetic field. Electric and magnetic field. So let's see its characteristics. Okay. So I think it's clear that according to him, he stated that light, heat, gamma rays, X-rays, all these rays, they emit energy continuously in the form of radiations, which are also known as waves. And energy is known as radiant energy. So these waves are known as electromagnetic radiations or electromagnetic waves, as they are associated with both electric as well as magnetic field. Okay, now let's see what are its characteristics. and then we'll see its properties. Characteristics of electromagnetic waves, EM waves. Fine. So first is that they travel with the speed of light. All of you know what is speed of light? That is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Then they emit energy. They emit energy continuously in the form of waves or radiations. Now these waves are associated with electric as well as magnetic fields which oscillate with respect to one another. Okay, that is oscillate with respect to one another perpendicularly. And also perpendicular to the direction of propagation. Propagation means the direction in which the wave is traveling. So they are perpendicular with respect to each other. They oscillate perpendicularly, and they also are perpendicular to the direction of propagation. So let's see the last one. They do not require any medium for propagate. Like fourth is they do not require any material medium to propagate or for propagation. So let's say these are the fields. This is y direction, x, and this is z. Okay, so these are the, let's say this is one of the wave. Fine. And the another one is like this. So this is the electric field. Let's say this is electric field, and this one is the magnetic field, perpendicular to each other. Okay. Like the fourth is they do not require, so this is the third point, that they are perpendicular and with the direction of the propagation. They do not require any material medium to propagate, as like for example, like sun rays reaches to us. Without any medium they are reaching to us. So this is the example, like electromagnetic radiation. Fine. So now let's talk about its different characteristics. Okay, which are very, very important. Let's understand those characteristics. They were with respect to its definition and all. Now let's see the different, you can see the terms. Don't write characteristics. These are the basic terms. Basic terms related to EM waves. First is wavelength. Wavelength, it is represented by lambda. Lambda. Pronunciation is this. Lambda. Fine. This is a symbol, and this is basically, you can say, represented in the form of crest and trough. This you have studied in sound chapter 9th standard. This is one wave till here. Okay, because waves, electromagnetic waves, they propagate in terms of crest and trough. This upper portion is known as crest, this is known as trough. Okay, and distance between the two consecutive crest and trough is known as lambda. This is lambda, and the length of the wave represents its amplitude. Okay, so this is one wave, fine, and this is the two waves I have represented here. So distance between the two consecutive means which are one after the another, two consecutive crest or two consecutive trough, anything. That is the wavelength. Okay, so can we say that what is wavelength? That it is defined as the distance between the two consecutive crests and troughs. Fine, this is about wavelength. Now let's see the unit in which it is represented. Okay, wavelength can be represented in many units, like it can be expressed as angstrom, this one, then picometer, micron, millimicron, and they all are related to the SI unit, that is meter. So 1 angstrom is equal to what? 10 to the power minus 10 meter. 1 picometer is 10 to the power minus 12 meter. 1 nanometer is 10 to the power minus 10 meter. 1 micron is 10 to the power minus 6 meter. Then 1 millimicron, milli is 10 to the power minus 3. So it will become 10 to the power minus 9 meter. So these are the relations with the SI unit, that is meter. So next we'll see its amplitude. Okay, so next is amplitude. Amplitude is what? Amplitude represents second term is amplitude. It represents the height of the crest or trough, as we have seen in the propagation of wave. Like say this is the wave, so this is the amplitude A. This is the propagation of wave. Fine, this is about amplitude, this height. Next is frequency. All of you know what is frequency. As with respect to the waves, you know the frequency is simple number of cycles per second. Fine. But here we are not talking about cycle, we are talking about the waves. So you can say that the number of waves per unit time. Fine. It is represented by nu. That is, this is the symbol for mu. So this is the frequency. And the unit is, we don't add that waves per second, given that is hertz or nu, given by the scientist Heinrich Hertz. That is Heinrich Hertz. So this is about frequency, that is the number of waves passed through a point in 1 second. How many waves are passed in 1 second? Hertz, we know that 1 cycle per second. So here cycle is not there. So 1 wave per second. Then we'll see that velocity. We know velocity is the linear distance traveled by the wave. Linear distance traveled by the wave. And we know that velocity is measured in meter per second, and they are moving with a velocity of 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. And frequency that we have already discussed. This is about frequencies. What here? This one cycle. So this is one complete wave. Then here another wave will start like that. Fine. Then the last term is left related to this. Fifth one, that is very important, wave number. That wave number represents that how many waves can be accommodated in one wavelength, in 1 centimeter length of the along the direction of propagation. That is wave number. It is represented by nu bar. Nu bar. Okay, it's like frequency, but bar is there. Nu bar is a wave number. It is defined as the number of wavelengths that can be accommodated. That can be accommodated in 1 centimeter length of the wave along the direction of propagation. So this is the wavelength. That's wave number. Sorry, that's why we are saying wave number. Number of waves associated with 1 centimeter length of the wave, or in one wavelength. Okay. So wave number is the reciprocal of frequency. Fine. Now let's derive the relationship between c, velocity of light, lambda and nu. As we know that velocity of light is a product of lambda and nu. Fine. So what is lambda here? C by nu, or frequency we can calculate here. Frequency is what? C by lambda. Here we have taken this frequency. It is a reciprocal of wavelength, because we are talking about the waves. That how many wavelengths can be accommodated in 1 centimeter length of the wave. Okay, so it's a reciprocal of lambda, and unit is, that is centimeter inverse, whatever will take, or meter inverse, nanometer inverse, whatever. Fine. So this is the relationship. Now we'll modify this relation as nu is c by lambda. 1 by lambda we know it is equal to this. So can we say that as nu is c by lambda and 1 by lambda is nu, that wave number. So nu is equal to c wave number. This is the relationship. So this you have to remember. This is the first one, then the second one, then V is equal to, not V, that's the product of velocity of light is the product of this. So this you have to remember. All these three relations you have to use for numericals. So this is all about the electromagnetic waves that we have seen. These are the waves which are associated with the electric and magnetic field, moving continuously, emitting energy, fine, in the which is known as radiant energy in the form of rays or waves. And then we have seen they do not require any medium, like sun rays are coming to us, it's also electromagnetic radiation. Microwaves we are using, all are electromagnetic radiation, X-rays and all, fine. So we'll discuss in detail in the next class. So this is all about electromagnetic radiations and its characteristics, very important. So this is about EM waves. So I hope it's clear to everyone. So till then, thank you.